was, that misconception of time. We think we have so much time left with our loved ones,
You
and
don't.
in all actuality, like especially when they're not here with you. And so, we have those. My parents are in their 60s, so if they're around for another 20 years, I see them once a year, maybe a week. And so, that 20 years turns into 20 days if it only go there for a day. If I go there for a week, it's 20 times 5. So there's just the misconception of the amount of time that we have with our loved ones. That's really cool that he actually spends the time to do that, because I didn't think about it until Ed had shifted my mindset and our misconception of time. You look like you're drenched too.
I just took a shower. I gotta head out soon.
Gotta leave at 6.
At the latest. I'm
Okay.
waiting. I sent Nelson a text. I don't know if I gotta pick him up or if he's getting dropped off. If he's getting dropped off, it gives us more time.
Gotcha.
I'm pretty much done with everything I needed to do this morning, so I wanted to dedicate time to this. I don't want to just say, "Oh, I gotta go," you know.
I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah, because unfortunately, when you're close on time, I've noticed that more ideas spurred out.
It was like, yeah, time's up. Okay, yeah, here are these
Yeah,
5 gems that you should talk about right now,
yeah,
and try to remember for tomorrow.
yeah.
Yeah, no. Freaking, I had the kids yesterday,
I was,
at
yeah,
the
yes,
private school.
yes. Tell me
So
more.
that that was freaking awesome. There's a
Okay.
couple boys in there that want to start their own online brand, start doing
Yeah,
shirts. Um, so they were asking a lot of questions. They already knew like what software to use to create the stuff, but so much the selling side of it and creating the website and like the actual cost of it and all these things were kind of elusive to them. So it was cool to give them the breakdown on how I got my stuff started. And um, you're like, how long did it take you to create your store? It's like 4 hours. And they're
yeah.
like the misconception of, oh, what you could actually get done if you just lock yourself in a room and do it is, I think that was what it was. Like that was the second website. I think the Etsy store took like 6 hours, but because it was harder because I didn't know what I was doing and how to move around things. So I had to learn everything. But so that was really cool. And then I actually so I offered them something that I had been thinking about it, but I didn't know if I was going to do it. So I actually it has to go through the school and clear it through the school first, and the parents, because I want to make sure that there's no issues with that. But I'm going to give them a page in the Discipline Over Motivation website, and then I'm going to allow them to collect 100% of the profits and just cover the cost, and we'll be able to have that as our little class fundraiser fund, and just make it as a really good class project for them to be able to learn some skills. I mean, because I think if we plant those seeds now, I think they'll be able to do some great things later in life.
Of
And
course,
I don't think,
yeah, they're gonna see all the obstacles that we face, that you're facing. They're gonna face it now, and they'll be like, "Oh, I've seen this before," whatever it may be.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like it. I love it.
I think
Hell
it's really
yeah.
cool. So I wanted to do that for them. Um, yeah, no. So that was what the result of yesterday was. It was me deciding to go ahead and open that pathway for them. Um, it's really cool. I think it's really cool. I'm excited. I don't say I'm excited about things very often. And I'm actually pretty excited about this. And so,
No, it's definitely important. You're giving back to the community, and at the same time, you're passing your knowledge to somebody that really wants to hear it.
yeah,
What what better, you know, what better day than that, dude? Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's a good
awesome.
time.
It definitely was. It started raining, dude. Fuck me.
Oh man, yeah. You got to be in Naples by 8.
Yeah. It's one of those, I don't like going and I love going to Naples. I cross Alligator Alley and I get ideas. I'm like, let's go catch a gator. Let's do this. Let's do that. I get ideas. I love going to Naples, dude. Don't get me wrong. Not to mention, it's part of my drive time university.
Yeah.
You know, even though Nelson's there next to me, doesn't matter. I'm on my head and I'm driving or I'm listening to whatever it is. I
I
gotta
was
go.
like, everybody's a victim. Oh man, I was of my drive time university when they're in my vehicle. Uh, like you don't listen to this. How do you do this for so long? Yeah, soak it in.
I have a CD player in my van, but the speakers are horrible.
Mm,
I have a MP3 player. I have the book, The Slight Edge on Digital Audio, and I've listened to it. God, I don't know, 100 times. You
no.
like I, as soon as I hear a little little music from the book, I'm like, oh, I know where that is.
That's
I know
awesome.
what chapter they're on. I know what they're going to talk about next, and it just brings back everything. Um, but because my speakers are horrible, I just listen. I put it on my phone and I just listen. But
Cheap pair of speakers are great for audiobooks.
for the van, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're-
But that's
you
but
can
but
get-
if I have them already in my earplug, they can listen to whatever the fuck he wants,
that's true.
and I'm listening to whatever I want, and I'm not interfering with anybody.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I hate. Let me rephrase it.
That was a strong emotion there. You can see it in your eyes.
I'm not a fan of listening to your conversation. I'm not a fan of listening to other people's fucking triumphs or sorrows. I don't know.
You like when people like they're either on the phone or they're telling you their bullshit the entirety of the time that you're driving.
No, just basically when they're on the phone and they're on speaker and they're like, "Yeah, I can hear you well. Oh
Bro,
yeah, huh?"
I give like the most. This is not very Christian of me, but I give the most like hateful look at people in the grocery store, and they're like they've got the phone up, and they're that guy, and they're yelling, and I make sure they see me looking at in their eyes with disgust because I'm so angry about the fact that they do that. I was like, I don't want to hear what you have to talk about. Yeah, that's one of my failures. I don't care. I like that failure. I don't say anything, but my eyes.
There is something beautiful, and I'm saying it like this because I've told them all the time. Also, there's something beautiful. Nelson does something with his family that I think is absolutely gorgeous. I think it's amazing, but it hits that one optic nerve every day. He calls his mother. Every day he calls his mother at a specific time. If he doesn't, if he misses, when he calls her, he goes, "I'm so sorry I missed the call, Mom. Please, I know you're about to go to sleep. You know, just 2 words, 3 words, and then okay, Mommy, I gotta go. Good night." But he calls her every fucking day. Beautiful. That's amazing.
Mm.
I love it. Um, but he also has family conversations. Like he'll FaceTime his wife or whatever, but they'll FaceTime like 6 or 7 people within the family. So the father-in-law still talks to the daughter-in-law, to the niece, to the uncle, to the nephew, to everybody is on that phone call. And to certain things, it's okay. I can see it. Like, for example, they have a daughter in Maryland. They have, so whenever they get home from school, they all collaborate and they're on the fucking phone. Even if they're in the same house, each one has a phone and each one is like, yeah, I'm participating in the chat. You're in the same fucking house, though.
Yeah,
How about you just all get it together and then have a conversation visually and then leave that one person who is fucking far away go away? Understandable. I don't know. Maybe I'm just stupid.
that's funny. That's
but
cool.
I smile because I think it's beautiful.
Well,
But I don't like, but I don't do it because I'm like, yeah, it's not me. But anyway, I had we had a dinner guest last night,
nice.
which I don't know how I felt about it. I mean, I had no issues. He can come over and eat whatever he wants. But my wife kind of slapped me yesterday. She's like, "You're a fucking dick." And I'm like,
To
"What did I
you
do?" Yeah,
again?
yeah. I'm like, what did I do? Turns out that my little brother asked if he could come over for dinner. I'm like, of course. There's always a place. He came over. I figured in my mind he just wanted to spend time with mom. I mean, hey, that's all it is. They're spending time with mom. It's not spending time with me. It's spending time with mom. I catch myself like not really paying attention, just basically come on in. And I knew he wanted to talk because he started like him and humming and him and humming. And that shit pisses me off. I'm like, just ask. You're just, what's up? You know? But this is a gentleman who I adore. I adore him. But he's going through his own fucking life traumas and his own shit. And I don't want to be part of it. It sucks. I just don't want to be. I don't know what to do. He's he lives in that and he dude, you must love the suck that bad if you're still living in it. So it's not my position to fucking say anything. I can't criticize him. He's happy. I'm happy for you. What do you want me to say? I can't. I have nothing to discuss with you. I have nothing to discuss with you. I'm so sorry. It fucking sucks. I have nothing to discuss with you. I understand. He's like, hey, what are you doing Wednesday? I'm like, dude, every day is different. I have no idea what I'm doing tomorrow. I haven't taken any planes. And sure enough, 10 minutes later, I get a phone call. Hey, can I go to Naples? And I'm like, client wanted me to go yesterday to Naples. And I'm looking at the clock going, nah, not happening.
If you weren't gone by the time I was already coming down, good Lord, it makes it a very late night.
Oh, listen, well, here's the thing. I could have made it. Naples closes by 10. You have to be inside by 10. And it was 7 o'clock. I would have made it if I'd left immediately. I wasn't in a position to leave immediately. No.
It closes at 10, like 10 a.m. or 10 p.m.
10 p.m. One part of the airport closes at 10 p.m. The other part closes like at 7, 8 o'clock. Something like that.
Yeah.
All right. You have hush hours at 10 a.m. at 10 p.m., which means you can't really do anything. So what good is it mean for me to do? I got to go power up this fucking plane. I got to go troubleshoot this and that. Let's just say I get there before 10. Great. I could have probably done the job because all I'm doing is troubleshooting a toilet. No big deal. They're pissed off. They can't dump it on the ground. So, but I don't want to play with shit late at night. Go looking through flashlights.
Right.
If I'm gonna get fucking, I'll might as well I'll jump in the morning. You know,
Yeah, it makes sense. You were Nelson's family, the family time, the daily, you know, video or chat or whatever it is. We do something similar on the weekends on Sundays, and it made me think of the conversation that me and Steve had this weekend when we were out in Tampa because I had FaceTime my mom. It was like, we do this every weekend, and we catch up, have that conversation, touch base. And he was like, oh, that's really cool. I was like, well, it's something I got from Ed Milet years ago. And it was, that misconception of time. We think we have so much time left with our loved ones.
you
And,
know,
in all actuality, like, especially when they're not here with you. And so, we have those, my parents are, well, in their 60s. So if they're around for another 20 years, I see them once a year, maybe a week. And so, that 20 years turns into, 20 days if it only go there for a day. If I go there for a week, it's 20 times five. So there's just the misconception of the amount of time that we have with our loved ones. That's really cool that he actually spends the time to do that because I didn't think about it until Ed had shifted my mindset and our misconception of time.
I
And
love the fact of how united they are. I really do.
yeah, that's really really freaking cool because a lot of us just don't have that type of relationship. I know I don't. No, we see my wife's family once or twice a month, or yeah, once or twice a month. They live. I don't know. We can ride our bikes to their house. I think it's like 5 miles away. We jog there, so it's not that far, and we don't see them that often. And then this guy's doing this every freaking day.
Every day.
I don't, I don't know if I
Every day.
necessarily want to talk to my family every day.
Every day. How about this? They like just to give you an example, the in-laws. When was the last time you spoke to your in-laws, for example? Like just calling to say hi. I kill FaceTime the in-laws and hey honey, look, I'm on your phone with your dad and blah 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 and this and that and blah blah blah. And they're talking and then everybody jumps into the conversation and it's like, oh yeah, add me, add me, add me. So they all have this one big ass group fucking face chat,
That's
which
crazy.
is it's pretty cool. Um, it's just sometimes maybe I'm just different. Like sometimes I want him to just grab the camera, just grab the phone. I've asked him to record a whole bunch of times. He's not recording,
Mm-hmm.
and that right there, because I understand he's more like I'm here, like he's learning. But sometimes I need him just to shut the fuck up and grab a camera. You know, that way I can get something out there. I haven't recorded any aviation content in a while, and that's what's really feeding this channel.
Is
You
that
know,
what's making it grow like
oh
that?
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. The
That
the
makes more
the
sense now.
the little hits every here and there about what kind of airplane I'm working or whatever it is, like shit like that. Today I get to play with a shitter, so I might as well do some type of video today about a shitter,
Right.
you know,
Uh,
and show everybody I'm still in sandals type deal. But other than that, dude, um,
uh, yeah, you're the reason I actually made the video with me loading that loader last week that I had posted the nose of the grindstone. People want to know who you are. It's like,
they want to know what you do. Yes, they put it on
that's
there.
one of the pieces. There's so much stuff that we do, but yeah, that's one of the things that we do. So I shot a couple videos that day. And probably shoot a couple more. The funny thing is, like, I have stuff with me, like operating excavators and stuff like that, that I've never posted.
Dude,
Um,
just make that into a yeah, I'm serious. Make it into a 60-second, 59-second something clip, or you stretch it out to maybe 5 minutes. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, dude, it'll blow up. That people for some reason love that shit. And you tell them, hey, this is what we're doing, this is why I'm doing it, or this is how we're doing it, or whatever it is. I remember many times I've made videos of like troubleshooting different components. Um, Even the way I talk in those videos is different. You can feel the love and the passion. It's dying down. I don't do it anymore. I don't do it as often. Um, I've I don't recognize that person anyway,
Mm-hmm.
either. You know, a lot of that person has died down. Um, but
Hmm.
yeah, but you know, back to my brother. I I don't want to say I feel sorry for him, but I don't. He's living the
Yeah.
life that he chose to live. I just I don't know why we're so black and gray. And unfortunately, I can't have a gray spot with him because he's too balls deep into a relationship that's killing him. I see it, and I don't want to disrespect him. I don't want to disrespect his wife. I don't want to disrespect his home. By
That's
doing
hard.
that, it's by killing a man's honor, and I don't
That's
want to
so
do
hard.
that. It is. It's horrible. I am not one to judge that woman anymore. I can't. I don't want to. I'd rather just stay away and say, listen, you're happy. I'm happy for you. But don't ask me to participate in your life because to me, that woman she's draining him of his energy. I can feel my energy drain. Like it's like my mother's energy, her home energy. Every time my mother comes here, why do you think a lot of the things that I do affect my mother? I don't want to see her anymore sometimes. Why? Because I just feel like she's a fucking vampire. She's sucking away my shit. But this is my mother. I have to take care of my mother. And why is that? Because she's giving so much energy towards him that he
Mm.
needs, that she's draining him herself. I don't want to feel my energy. She comes here to get re-energized,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
And I think
know.
it was Ed and Andy that both of them talk about that. You know, the people that you have around you, they're either sucking the life out of you or they're feeding your fire. And like that's people that aren't performing at a high level and trying to accomplish a lot of things don't understand that emotional energy drain because you only have so much.
Horrible. It's
You
horrible.
only have so much.
I'm gonna
And
tell
those
you one. Yeah, I spent my day yesterday. I treated it like if it was a Sunday, for example. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna veg. I'm gonna do shit. I don't even think I showered. Like I'm just gonna chill with my wife and just say fuck it. And that's what I did yesterday. I would, you know, and then she yells at me. She's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm on the computer. I'm playing with the channel." And she goes, "Your brother was here having dinner, and you didn't say two words for him. He
Mhm.
tried talking to you. What the fuck?" And I'm like, "You're right, but I got nothing to say to him. I know he
Yeah.
tried." He's like, "Hey, what are you doing Wednesday?" I'm like, "I don't know. It depends on what you got. You know, it's got to make sense." And he's telling me he wants to go fishing. I thought he was inviting me on his boat. He's got a boat.
Okay.
I've never gone out on the boat,
Okay.
and I don't even know if I want to go out on the boat. I don't want the responsibility. I did give him a chance one time. Listen, this is what I just said. I don't want the responsibility, even though I'm a
Mhm.
guest. Something happens to his boat, I'm gonna feel like, hey, I need to help him, and I don't want to spend a fucking dime. I'm done. I'm done giving that fool money.
No.
I'm done, and I give my mom money, I knowing that she feeds him.
Mm.
You know, but then again, I know he's trying. I know he's doing the best that he can, and it's not. I cannot judge. I cannot. I have to let live and let live. I have
You
to.
got the same problem I have.
I just gotta. I love you, Danny. I fucking love you. You're my little brother. You. We had an amazing fucking ride, and we have a tremendous connection that I do miss. But you're on this ride alone, man. I'm
Mm.
sorry. I
Remember
can't.
when I was talking, you asked me one of the problems that I knew that I needed to address, and it was expecting more people than they expect from themselves. Yeah, you got the same freaking problem. It's like because you can see it, and you know he's capable of more, and
Oh my God, dude.
it's hard to look at and watch, and
He's
it's a
get
frustrating thing.
he's brought back into mediocrity so bad.
Mm.
So listen, dude, hold on. What did you say you wanted to do? Hey, I'm gonna get my captain's license. I'm thinking about doing this. How about that? Let's get a boat. Just say fuck it. This maricon wants to be a fucking captain his whole life, dude. His
Okay.
whole life. My mother says, "Hey, Ness, let's take advantage. Danny's not doing well in his job. Let's help him build a business." And I'm like, absolutely. What's he want to do? Well, let's get him a boat. Let's get him a truck. Let's pay for his captain's license. And I said, hold on, Mom. That's a lot of
Damn.
money. Yo, wait, let's do this. Tell Danny I will pay for his captain's license. You know what? Let me fuck him. I'll call him. And I called him. I said, I will pay for your captain's license. I'm ready to pay for it right now. But you have to make a decision on bettering your life. You're gonna finish this shit and you're gonna get your captain's license. Right? We're gonna help you get a boat. We're gonna do this. Is this something you want to do? This boat cannot fucking sit. It can't sit. You have to make it produce. Yeah. Done. I gave my blessing. I signed off on the cash. It's not my money, dude. It's not my
Mm.
money. It's my mother's money. But she asked me because I have to sign off on it.
Mm.
You know what? I'm all about building something, building a business. Let's do it.
All right.
But what the fuck? I've never been on that boat. He's taken it out a couple of times. There was a time that something broke on like the hydraulic actuator for the tilt broke. So I tried helping him with that. And then I noticed that he really just wanted me to pay for everything. And I'm like, that's
Mm.
not happening. It's not happening. So that boat sat and sat and sat and sat. So finally he fixed it. I've never been on it. Never been out. I even said one time, I said, hey, would you rent your boat? I said, all you gotta do is just drop it off, or I could come by and pick it up for them. I didn't tell them who it was for. I said, I said, you can give you $500 for the boat usage of the day. We'll pay for, they'll pay for their own gas. Oh no. I said, okay, I know you need the $500. So, hello. No, he said no. I said, great, no problem. I was going to take the girls out. This is when I took I don't know if I was with you. No, not yet. I took the girls out, my daughter and a whole bunch of her girlfriends. Like they came and they all crashed here. It's like fucking six little girls. And I'm like, I took them out on the boat, you know, that was what it was for. So I ended up taking them out on a smaller 19 footer instead of the fucking 25 footer. And I made it work. We had a great
Right.
day, but that was the idea, spend time with the girls. I wasn't looking for him. I took the
Mm.
seat. I took that captain's course too. I know how to navigate. I just don't have my captain's certificate because
Right.
I don't need it. I don't need the six pack. I don't need
Well, we just
anybody
talked
else.
about that too.
Yeah, I don't need the six pack. I'm not doing it as a job. Uh, it's more of the straight just fuck it.
The knowledge
The
base.
rules of the road type deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm inshore, I'm not going to get lost. But if I'm outshore, I'd like to look at the stars and look at my maps and see where the fuck I am.
We just talked about that, like
It
because
makes
it's important.
complete. Yeah, it is 100%. I listen. I live fucking what is it? 45, let's say 60 miles from the Bahamas. That trip should be easy for you, motherfuckers. You guys go 120 miles out just to catch snapper. You know, so why shouldn't I be able to go to the Bahamas? And it's
No
in a
kidding.
couple hours ride.
No
I
kidding.
don't do that. Uh, but
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
uh,
We're doing that shit. So just
what
yet.
time is it?
It
What
is
time is it?
uh it is 5:27.
All right, I got to pick up Nelson, so that means I got
Yeah, yeah.
maximum 10 minutes. Yeah, he just texted me. He goes,
Okay.
please pick me up.
Copy.
I'm like, all right. So we got like 10 minutes. What else? Let me see. What else? That's about it. So yeah, I got my pee smacked by my wife yesterday because I was a dick to my brother, but I wasn't really trying to be a dick. I just had nothing to talk about. I could see him. Listen, if I show you a picture of my brother, he looks like my oldest brother.
Mm.
He looks like he's just so
Life
much.
and got him, huh? Life got him. It's rough.
It is. He's got two beautiful little boys they barely know me. In the beginning, I didn't even think they were his, but whatever. That was just my thing. They look just like him. There's no denying. He's the dad, and he's trying to be the best dad he could ever be, but he is so lost in himself.
Freaking try word kills me.
Try word?
Try, it kills me.
Yeah.
He's trying. He's trying to be the best dad he can be. He's either being the best dad he can be or he's not. The try part of it is because it's optional.
I truly believe that he is being the best dad he can.
That's better.
He just doesn't know.
Yeah, and there's a learning curve there, and it's hard
but
to
if nobody
that.
Slaps you in the fucking face and says,
like,
"Hey,"
it's hard to be that if you don't know what it is. So that's the hard part. And this is the counsel of a guy that's not a parent. But it's hard to be that if you don't know what it is. I need to order that freaking mug. I love that thing. I'm ordering it today.
Order it and then you'll see it because
I made it.
You're fucking retarded. Listen,
I made it. I know what it is. I'm not retarded. I like the distortion.
No, fix it.
It is fixed.
It is not.
I like
the
distortion.
In your hands.
I like the fact that it's backwards on one side. That's why it's made like that. It's not like it's two different distinct designs that I made that way.
It's fucking with my ADD, dude. It's not working.
Good.
All right. It's you're so dumb. It's fucking with my ADD, dude.
You were like, it's blurry. I was like, no, it's not.
I just couldn't. It's blurry. I couldn't understand it.
It took you like 2 weeks to figure that out, that it was freaking a mirrored image.
Dolly's the one who told me that shit's backwards. And I'm like, shut up. No. I said, it's just blurry. She goes, it's backwards. and then Daphne, my son's wife, comes over and she's like, is it backwards? And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
Because I think people's view is backwards on life and a lot of different things. I think they're looking at it as just the wrong perspective. And once you actually get your shit together, everything comes into focus. That's why it's fucking like that. I like it. It represents something. Because my view of life was distorted for so long until I actually had somebody make sense of it. And once I had somebody make sense of it, my life was never the same. And you're frozen. Well, nice little monologue, Daniel. Cheers. Fire.